Hi there, this is Nipun Vyas. Welcome to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so stay notified when I upload a video. Now, facelifts have been disasters in past. Look at Etios and i20 for example. But Maruti promises to have a really nice facelift, and let's check it out. The word facelift is true to its name because not a lot has changed apart from the face. Take a look, for example, the headlights are same, but there is a new bumper, a new fog lamp housing. The bumper is more sporty now. It used to be a really big bulge and used to look a bit ugly, but now they've shaped it really nicely. The grille is also this three-dimensional figure. It looks really beautiful. Now you see this, the grille seamlessly merges with the lights, which is a really beautiful element of this car. And of course, these are one of the most beautiful LED DRLs in this segment.
Let's just take a minute to appreciate this Nexa blue color.
On the side, not a lot has changed apart from these really nice, beautifully machine-cut alloy wheels. The wheelbase largely remains the same, so does the side profile along with these chrome handles. Now, although it has a facelift that Kardashians do have, but it doesn't have the butt that Kardashians do have. So the rear remains unchanged with these beautiful LED elements over here. Thick slab of chrome. The boot space of Baleno is 339 liters, but the loading lip is quite high. You'll have to put a lot of your back into it when you're putting heavy suitcases inside, but the boot itself is quite deep and it's of really nice shape. Now that I've given you a tour of the exterior of the car, come join me inside the new Baleno. Maruti have given technology a really big importance in this car. As you can see, the central screen is really nice, and look, it has a Baleno which gate is open in the center. Happens with every door. Now, it has real-time power and torque figures along with a fuel economy indicator, the range indicator, and this is just some geeky graph so you know what's your fuel economy. This is the driving time, the time since the start of the life of the car, I guess. Now, this is a really beautiful clock if you don't want to clutter your central console with anything. And I think particularly the dials are really beautiful in this car. Very neat, very legible, just how the dials should be. Maruti is really resilient to change. The steering is still the same old Swift steering, although it has really premium elements like the leather wrap over here and some chrome elements. Apart from that, the only thing that is brand new in the new Baleno is the center screen. Over here you can see that it has a really nice user interface. The old one had just 4 squares in the middle and it looked a bit bland, but this one has more color to it. It has a new shortcut key over here and it has an AHA app which you can connect via your new smartphone. In today's smartphone age, that's really nice. And the usual features of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are still there, and the radio functions are there. Overall, it's a really slick unit. This car also has auto dimming rear view mirrors. Now this is a really boon for the idiotic Indian drivers on our roads which always have their cars on high beam. The screen also doubles up as a rear parking camera, which has these guided lines so that you know that you're really close to an object or not.
The center armrest also has storage. You can also see some storage right next to your knee, but there are some hideous 5 empty buttons above that. And obviously, the trademark switchgear of Maruti Suzuki remains unchanged.
The Baleno has the reputation of being one of the most comfortable and spacious hatchbacks, and this car easily rivals some big sedans. Now, the person sitting in front of me is 5'11", I'm 6 foot 3 inches, and you can see I have enough legroom, I have enough headroom, and the seat is really wide. The under thigh support is really nice. The flat bed, it's almost a flat floor over here. Now, you can easily sit 3 people here, no problem, and I'll be really happy to spend my time at this back seat. So the car we have today has the 1.2 liter petrol motor which turns out 83 bhp and 112 Newton meter of torque. The motor is very silent while you're just ambling around. It's not really that noisy, but when you put your foot down, it really tends to get a lot noisy. This car is not for enthusiastic driving. This is for quick city runabouts, which are all about smooth shifting and really seamless driving experience without a lot of noise filtering in. In terms of a city car, this car is really nice. The engine is really peppy at lower revs, takes up the pace really nicely, and in start-stop traffic it should not really be a problem. It's really out on the highway when you start feeling the rubber band effect of the CVT transmission. CVT transmission, for those who don't know, is continuous variable transmission. Now, Maruti offers 2 different types of automatic gearboxes. A lot of people don't have the knowledge, but AMT, which comes in Swift and the Dzire, is automated manual transmission. That is basically a robotic arm shifting the gears for you. Whereas a CVT is a proper automatic, but it has a rubber band effect. But it doesn't have that jerky feeling that you get when you're in, suppose, an AMT. You get that jerky feeling, but in this one, it's really seamless and it's really smooth. So you must be wondering, what about the ride? The ride and handling is really nice. The steering has a bit of a response to it. It's not as accurate as the previous Swift used to have, but still you get enough amount of feedback to what those front tires are doing. Apart from that, the ride is really pliant, it's really cushy at low speeds, and as you pick up the pace and the speed builds up, it irons out the imperfections of the road. Maruti Suzuki are really the experts, the people to go to if you want to tune your cars for the Indian roads. It just goes to show that how well they understand the Indian market and how well they cater to the requirements of the clientele. The CVT transmission on this car also has a low ratio gear. Basically, this is ideal for the conditions like if you're on the hilly areas where you don't need so many frequent gear changes and you need higher revs to climb on inclines. The L mode is really nice, and there's also a small button, a sports button, which makes you feel a bit younger and makes the car that little bit more sporty and extracts more power out of this 1.2 liter engine.
You still have the ubiquitous 1.3 multi-jet diesel engine, which should really be named the engine of India because basically India runs on this engine. ABS with EBD and airbags coupled with pre-tensioner and ISOFIX mounts ensures that there is on-road safety.
So what do I feel about the new Maruti Baleno? Well, it's one of the best facelifts in a long time. The cars like Elite i20, they really ruined their image. Like, they used to look beautiful before the facelift, but after the facelift, they just started to look a bit, ugly. Now, this facelift is really nice, and shout out to Sandhu Motors for providing me this car for the review. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.